Hello there and welcome to another quick revision video from me, the History Tutor. This time I'm talking you through the content for the America topic 1918 to 1941 for the Edexcel iGCSE. And this time we're looking at some content from section 2 of the specification. We're going to look at the 1920s, we're going to look at immigrants, we're going to look at the Red Scare, look at the role of immigration control in the Ku Klux Klan as well. Now, if you find this video useful, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So I've got tutoring videos there talking you through the skills for your Edexcel iGCSE exam as well. And also I've got revision guides there where everything's in a neat and tidy place for you to use. So now let's go and revise that content. So let's look at immigration firstly. Why did people migrate to America? So between 1850 and 1914, 40 million people migrated to the USA. This was 10% of the population of Europe. So why did people migrate? So we need to look at some of those geography themes, push and pull factors. Don't worry, you won't need any colouring pencils for this. So let's look at some push factors. So poor living standards. In the cities and towns in Europe, they were old and crowded and lacked good public health. These were really old places where industrialization was piling up and it wasn't really purpose-built for great living conditions. Another push factor is lack of opportunities. Europe was divided into a rigid class system. This meant poor people lacked opportunities. You could say, for instance, land. Land was already owned by lots of rich and wealthy and the landowners. In America, there was land available. Persecution. Groups of people fled Europe due to poor treatment. For example, Jews from Eastern Europe were being persecuted in the late 1800s. Got the pogroms in Russia, for instance, the attacks on Jewish populations there. Also, you've got different versions of Protestants not feeling welcome in certain communities of Europe. As I said, a pull factor then is land. The USA was 40 times the size of Britain. It meant there was lots of land. People could expand into that westward expansion and get land. Another pull factor is opportunities. American industry was growing rapidly, creating lots of job opportunities. For example, had large coal, steel and textiles industries developing at this time. Living standards could be really good in America as well. Jobs in America paid twice as much as in Europe. People could have better housing and buy more consumer goods with their extra wealth. Also, we have the idea of the American dream, pulling people to America. America was seen as the land of freedom and opportunity. Migrants arrived believing they could make their fortune in America. But why did people dislike migrants? So in the early 1900s, migrants mostly came from Eastern Europe, Italy or Ireland. Over 3 million from Italy, 2.5 million from Russia, over 3 million from the Austro-Hungarian lands, and they arrived in the years 1901 to 1910. This led to tension. So what were some of the tensions that were arising? So people feared political ideas from Eastern Europe. After the 1917 Russian Revolution, Russian migrants often associated with extreme socialism or communism. White Protestant groups started to campaign for immigration controls, claiming that the USA was full. For example, the Ku Klux Klan supported these immigration laws. Now, when we look at lots of those migrants, Polish and Italians, etc., they're more Catholic, so these Protestant groups want to ensure a more Protestant faith in the country. Often migrant communities were involved in crime as well. For example, the Italian gangsters like Al Capone. This created a negative image of migrants. Migrants could be poorly educated and lack skills. This led to a fall in wages as migrants accepted lower pay. This led to strikes and protests. As stated already, migrants often have a Catholic background, whereas historically America had been more Protestant immigrants. Many migrants did not speak English. Ethnic communities developed dominated by migrant languages and culture. For example, Little Italy in New York. This meant America was not as united as it hoped. Migrants were often poor, and old migrants felt that they added very little to the idea of the melting pot of America. So what's a life for a migrant like? So as many migrants were poorly educated, pay was often low and living conditions very poor. Many would live in their own ethnic communities and were given jobs within that community. Others would be involved in organised crime. Not quite the American dream, is it? On the positive side, some migrants, through hard work and luck, set up successful businesses and added value to the American society. New white European migrants often had a better experience, for instance, than the Hispanic or the Black American population. About immigration controls then. So if there's all this negativity, what starts to happen? So for 1917, immigrant adults had to be able to read 40 words of English. This was to cut the number of uneducated Eastern Europeans. A quota was introduced in 1921 of 350,000 immigrants. This was reduced to 150,000 in 1924, the National Origins Act. What about immigration and the Red Scare? So communism was feared after the Russian Revolution in 1917, believed in taking people's wealth, ending capitalist enterprise, and the government owning and running all businesses. 1.5 million Russians had migrated to the USA. It was feared that they would lead a revolution as strikes increased in 1919. There were over 400,000 people on strike, for instance, at that time. Bomb attacks added extra concern. In Milwaukee, a bomb attack killed 10 people. Later, letter bombs were posted to 31 prominent Americans. After bombs in 7 cities in June 1919, Mitchell Palmer was appointed to solve the crisis. He appointed an FBI clerk called J. Edgar Hoover to investigate people. Hoover and the FBI monitored people and soon had 60,000 people on file, and 10,000 people were informed they could be deported. Palmer led raids across America to stop revolutionary behaviour. These were known as the Palmer Raids. He became very popular. However, he fell from power in 1920 when he predicted a Red Revolution. When nothing happened, he became a figure of newspaper jokes and cartoons. Another fear of immigrants is suggested by the Sacco and Vanzetti trial. So 921 Sacco and Vanzetti went on trial for robbery at a shoe factory and the murder of 2 guards. They were found guilty despite 107 witnesses claiming they saw the men elsewhere and other men confessing to the murder. Their arrest and prosecution showed the fear people had of Italian migrants and anarchist political views. Despite strikes in Colorado, national protests, and even an attack on the US embassy in Paris, the 2 men were eventually executed in 1927, highlighting the real concerns around immigrants. Another way we see concerns about immigrants is the Ku Klux Klan and their impact on immigration controls. Ku Klux Klan developed in the 1920s with a membership of 5 million people. It was mostly white Protestants from Western European backgrounds. They wanted to maintain their control against black Americans and also new migrants that had Catholic and more Eastern European or Hispanic or Asian backgrounds. Pressure of the KKK helped to force quotas of immigration. However, it also included assault, beatings, rape and lynching as the KKK asserted white Protestant control in rural and small-town southern USA. After the successive immigration controls and bad press for the Ku Klux Klan, for instance the trial of a leader David Stevenson, the popularity of the Klan quickly decreased. Good, I hope you found it useful, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you did, and take a look at my revision guide also. Lots more help on my channel for you there, so I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye for now.